morning in Toronto, Canada. Welcome to Sorokong, Canada, and we will be doing Nejang. Okay, so let's get started in the 7-point Vajrayana posture. So this posture is to help us control the 5 winds. And the first point is cross-legged. To cross-leg, you either go in full lotus, or half lotus, or open lotus, or vajra, that's the same name, or sit in a chair and cross your ankles. So the cross-legged position is to help control the descending wind. When you protect your law energy, close your fists and block both the left and right channels. This point also controls the descending wind, or the tutselung. And by pushing up, pushing down actually, you raise your shoulders up, creating what looks like an eagle wings to open up your chest, straighten up your spine, and that helps with control of the all-pervasive winds. The spine, like a stack of golden coins, helps the fire accompany wind. The neck, like a swan, so tuck your chin in, controls the ascending wind. And the eyes looking past your nose and the tongue touching the palate controls the life-sustaining wind. So that's why we get into this 7-point Vajrayana posture. And as you're in this posture, we go to the next step, which is the twofold emptiness. So this is a picture you can see pretending that you're looking at a mirror. So the red is on the right side, the white is on the left side, and the blue is in the center. So these are the 3 queen channels. So visualize yourself as an empty shell. So someone asked, where does the channels connect? So the blue channel actually goes all the way down to the perineum and all the way up to the crown. So there's an opening. So the 3 channels connect 4 fingers below your navel. So the left and right channel connect to the center channel. Okay? And then when we're doing this 9-breath purification breathing, someone was asking about how does it work on the 3rd try? Because we're breathing through both nostrils. So imagine that the breath goes to the white and left channels, the white and red, going down to the 4th finger, and it connects and it kind of crisscrosses. So like the red channel goes to the white and comes up, and the white channel's coming down, crosses to the red channel going up. So it's like the breath is going down to the center, and it crisscrosses and comes back up. So on the 3rd try when we're breathing, and it comes out that way. So when we're plugging the nose, we're breathing through the right, so the wind goes through the right channel, it cleans the right channels, and you hold your breath, it goes to the left channel, it goes back up to the other side, and so when you plug the nose, you're breathing out through the other side. So it's like going down, up, and then both down, crisscross, up. Okay, so someone wanted some clarification on the 9-breath purification breathing, so I hope that helps you. And that's what we are going to do now. Let's see if this stays here. Okay, so get into your 7-point Vajrayana posture. Inhaling clean air, exhaling stale, dead air and energies. Breathing in again, and then breathe out completely. Left hand on the left nostril. Inhale rainbow light, cleaning the red channel, the right side. Hold the breath. Visualize it go to the other side, and exhale red smoke. Inhale rainbow light, cleaning the left side, the white channel. Hold the breath, visualize it goes to the other side of the channel, going up, and then exhale white smoke. Now inhale rainbow light, cleaning all 3 channels. Visualize the breath going both down the both channels. Hold the breath, watch the breath crisscross each other going up the other side, and exhale blue smoke. So let's balance the 5 elements. On the right side is the fire element. Inhale. Balancing, cleaning the fire element. Hold your breath. And exhale, red smoke, cleaning and balancing the fire element. Inhale, rainbow light. Now cleaning the left side, water and earth elements. Hold the breath. Exhale, white smoke, balancing water and earth. Inhale, rainbow light. Now we're cleaning and balancing the wind element. Hold the breath. Exhale, balancing the wind element. So now let's balance our humors. Left hand to left nostril. Inhale, rainbow light, balancing the bile humor. It's located on the right side. Hold the breath. Exhale, balancing the bile humor. Inhale, rainbow light. Now balancing the phlegm humor on the left side. Hold the breath. Exhale, white smoke, balancing the phlegm humor. Inhale, rainbow light. Now we balance the wind humor located in the central channel. Hold the breath. Exhale, blue smoke. This time, let's balance the emotions. Left hand to the left nostril. Inhale, rainbow light. The right side is connected to the anger and aversion, hatred. So let's balance that. Hold. Exhale, anger, hatred. You can also visualize little snakes coming out. Inhale, rainbow light. Now we're balancing ignorance and delusion on the left side. Hold your breath. And exhale, balancing ignorance. You can see little pigs come out. Inhale, rainbow light. So now we balance desire and attachment. Hold the breath. Exhale, blue smoke, desire, attachment, balance, and also little roosters coming out. Let's go back to 7.5 channel posture. Take a few breaths as we now continue to clean our primordial body, speech, and mind. For those who are visual, the body is represented by the symbol Om. Om is white in color, so when I chant Om, you will inhale white Om into your body. Primordial speech is represented by the red Ah. So when I chant Ah, you will transform the white Om as you hold your breath and purify your primordial speech. And Hong is represented by the blue. Hong represents the primordial mind. So you can visualize this Tibetan character, or you can just visualize blue light if you have if you're still learning this letter. So exhale on blue Hong. So I'm going to chant and you're going to breathe. So Om, you're going to inhale white. Ah, you're going to hold your breath. Red, expand throughout your whole body, purifying your speech. And Hong, you're going to exhale blue and purify your mind. Ready? Let's take a breath in. Exhale out. in your 3 channels. Feel the elements that we are made of, the 5 elements of space, wind, fire, water, and earth. Feel the 3 humors, fire, bio, wind, and phlegm, and feel your emotions. Okay, so now we move on, we keep going to the partial vase breathing. In Dr. Nita's book, there's a nice little visual that can help you. So we're going to breathe into our vase. So the vase is down there where we have the channels connected 4 fingers below our navel. That's on an inhale. We're going to breathe into our vase. It helps to swallow a little bit to push down. And we're going to pull up from the bottom pelvic floor to create the little pressure ball. And we've been doing this for a minute. I hope everyone's very good. And I think we've done it 6 times, right? Like back to back. So we've been building up the heat. We've been building our bliss, building up our immunity, and clarifying our minds. And let's continue building this practice, okay? I'm going to inhale, hold the breath, and then when the computer beeps, you're going to breathe out through your nose 30%. And then we will work this up. So inhale into the Vajra holding. Inhale again. And again. again. And one last time, okay? We can do this. Inhale. Okay, we did it. I hope everyone was able to do that. It's something you can practice. The reason why I like it so much. There's a practice with Dr. Nina. The Chulin practice is the Tibetan rejuvenation practice, where they have something called spiritual Chulin, so spiritual rejuvenation, and this is pretty much what sustained me for 7 days. I didn't eat or drink. And whenever I got hungry or when it's time for me to absorb the essence, per se, this was the start of the exercise, so I had to hold the breath and basically do the visualizations that are Dr. Nito would teach if you're doing his rejuvenation retreat. And yeah, the hunger disappeared and I felt full of energy, and I was able to do my retreat without physical sustenance, but spiritual sustenance. So it's something it's worth practicing. Okay, so today what I have for you, oh my goodness. Today I thought we'd continue on with the humours, and I picked the Bile humour today. So remember, our body is made out of 5 elements, and I guess before conception, so when we're talking about the 5 winds that happens when we're in the 7-point Vajrayana posture, the life-sustaining wind that's connected in our head is what helps support the other 4. And so it actually exists before conception, so that's pretty cool. And so when we are conceived, which element do you think starts? Of course, the space element. You need space to be there before anything can happen, right? What do I have? I have so many things here. I don't even know where the information is. So you need space, and then from space, what happens? Then the wind. So the movement that comes in, and then from the wind, then the fire appears, and then from fire, water comes, because when you heat something, sometimes the condensation creates the water, and then finally the earth. So that's the order of how we came to be. So, and yes, So I have here a picture. I know it's reversed. I tried looking for the settings, but because my phone is an Android phone, it didn't have that settings to mirror, and I was looking for it. So you see how the phlegm lives in our head, and then the fire lives in our midsection, and the wind lives down there. So this space gives us opportunity, because without space we can't create anything, right? And then the wind is the movement, something that might actually happen. So that's the development. The fire creates the ripening. The water is there for connecting, and then the earth is great for the formation, right? So in other words, the space is the emptiness, the wind is the movement or the consciousness, right? That's our consciousness that comes in. And then the fire just helps things get going, so that's the speed, water is the fluid, and earth is the solid. So from there we have the three humors. So from the 5 elements, the 3 humors come. So remember the 3 humors is the phlegm, the bile, and the wind. So the 3 humors, the first humor is located in the head, and that is also associated with the emotion ignorance. So the ignorance is the intended lack of knowledge that's related to the phlegm. And sometimes when you don't understand anything, it's on the head. So that's where the phlegm lives. And then the anger, or that's related to the bile. You see how the fire's in the chest. So when you get angry, you feel it in the chest, because that's where it lives, and at the solar plex. So that's a confirmation where fire comes from. And then the wind is here. And why it's here? So sometimes when we the emotions, desire and attachment, when you feel hot for somebody, you feel it kind of down there, and especially sexual desire in the lower body, is close to the genital, and that's because that's where the wind is. So today we're talking about the bile, because we want to work with the bile energy. And just a little note, bile is connected to the liver, yes, and yes, and liver is, remember I wanted to show you some Tibetan 6 good substances. One of the substances is saffron. I think this is the real saffron. They call this the fake saffron. So this is the real saffron. And saffron's really good for the liver. So if you have any liver heat or issues, you might want to have some saffron tea, especially down in the spring. And let's check the Root Tantra book and what they have to say. It says the normal state of tripa. So tripa is the Tibetan word for bile, the bile humor. If disturbed, burns the body constituents. Remember about body constituents are the 7 constituents in the tree of health. So we have the 7 constituents on this side. This here is the 7 constituents, and it's what happens when you eat the food and your nutrients. It breaks up into the nutritional thing, and it goes into making your blood and your bone marrow and your sexual fluids, right? So it would burn your constituents, and it's like the nature of the fire element, which it is associated. Tripa is hot and flares up through it. It is located in the lower part of the body. So it says that no hot disorders does not develop from tripa. So everything that is hot comes from the tripa, the bile, okay? So if there's any heat, that's where it's coming from. So that's from the Root Tantra book. And so if you have too much of this tripa imbalance, so it's like you're on too much fire, then you can see it. I know in Tibetan medicine we check everything. We check your pulse, we check your eyes, because eyes is the flower of your tripa, the bile, so the flower of your liver. and we check your urine, we check your stool, skin, everything. So if you have too much bile, if you look at your stool, it would be yellow. Your skin would be yellow. You know, jaundice, like it's yellow. And your eyes, if you look at the eyes, the white part would be yellow. As well as increased hunger and thirst, because the fire burns up and you just get really going. And the elevation of body temperature, sleeplessness, and diarrhea. So that's if you have too much bile. So now on the other side, if you have too little, the deficiency of the bile, the deficiency of tripa causes the decline in body heat. So you feel cold, right? And your complexion not so good, which results in a feeling of coldness and appearance of dark skin. And then now it's just flipping, sharing some information tidbits here. And so the signs and symptoms of a disturbed tripa includes an overflowing, thin, twisted, fast pulse. So you know the Tibetan doctors, they check your pulse. So they're going to check and feel, then they feel that your pulse is overflowing, thin, twisted, and fast, and they'll go, you have some disorder in your bile, and with the urine, so they check your urine too, they always ask for a urine sample, is a reddish yellow in color. It has a foul smell, so they smell it too. And sometimes they throw it in the snow, because there's snow, and they can see the steam and lots of steam. One experiences headaches. So yesterday we did the Nejang for pain. So there are 4 exercises that work with your headaches. So you may want to go look at which ones those are if you want to help your headache. Body heat, a sour taste in the mouth. So there, maybe another time we'll discuss how the elements create taste in our mouth and tastes. A thick coating on the tongue. So you can see sometimes the coating is thick and yellow, right? So bile is yellow, right? Thick coating on the tongue. Dry nostrils, because the heat dries you up, right? Reddish yellow ciliaria, so I guess ciliaria is around the eyes. Located pain, less sleep at night, and uncontrollable sleep during the day. Reddish yellow sputum, so that's your saliva, your spit, with a salty taste. Extreme thirst and the presence of blood and bile in diarrhea and vomits. Profuse sweating with very unpleasant smell and reddish yellow complexion. Maturation of infection and discomposition takes place quickly. The problem becomes more apparent at noon, midnight, and during the digestion of food. So, so that's all bile things. Yes. That's from the book of the Root Tantra. And so when we're talking about digestion, actually all the humors are involved. So when you're eating, the phlegm helps get from the mouth to the stomach. You know, you got your stomach acid, and it breaks up the food. So they say the absorption is actually what happens in the Tibetan digestion, because it's where the nutrients come in and to your body, and that's located in the small intestine. And after they break down the good stuff and the bad stuff, the separation and the discharge, it's the wind element that helps get rid of the excretions, and that's located, of course, in the large intestines. Okay, and so when you have any problems with your digestion, so someone says, "Oh, I'm so full and uncomfortable," then you know that is a wind humor complaint. And if someone says, "Oh, I feel so heavy," after eating, right, immediately after eating, then you know that is a phlegm humor issue. And when someone says to you, "Oh, I feel pain after eating," so that's bile. Okay, so there's a little discrepancies between those things. So again, we're going to talk about we know the 5 winds from doing the 7-point bile channel posture. Now I'm going to share with you what the 5 biles are. I know, you just look at where the black spots are, those are where the 5. So the first one, you can also know in Dr. Nita's Tibetan Book of Health. That's, I'm not sure what page it's on. A page somewhere. But let me just read to you Dr. Nita's what he says about the liver, because liver is related to bile. The liver, in turn, is sensitive to the elements fire and wood energy. So the wood is like the external elements, one of the external elements. A liver is like a laboratory that produces intense heat. It is thus the organ that not only regulates your body temperature, but also suffers the most when the person is stressed. So that's why stress creates headaches and all that stuff. You don't want to be stressed. But the good thing about people who are bile, it's like your topology, if you're a bile person, if you get sick, you're really quick to recover. You have like super sharp mind, so that the superpowers of a bile person is like they can keep going like the Energizer Bunny, and they're just full of energy, and they can change very fast. So they think very quickly, and they have very, very vivid dreams. So they're very good candidates for dream yoga because they can dream very, very colorfully. So in the spring, so we're in spring now, when the wood energy is in full swing, we can, if we indulge in heavy foods rich in fat and drink too much alcohol, so these are the external factors that affect us, we will become more easily stressed and angry. So liver, remember, is associated with anger. And in this case, there's a greater chance of getting liver disease. Yes. So, okay, where are we? Yes. So I wanted to share with you the characteristics of bile. So characteristics are oily, sharp, hot, smelly. So anything that's smelly is related to bile. Descending, light, liquid, and has a quick effect. So the bile regulates the digestion, body temperature, heat, the heart, and complexion. Okay? So the first one is the digestive bile. So digestive bile, it lives in the small intestines. It works with the one of the five winds, the fire company wind, creates the medrol, which is the digestive heat, and that's where digestion happens. So in the small intestines is where the digestive bile lives. So that's number one. Number two is the color-producing bile. The color-producing bile is in the liver, and it helps produce the various pigments of the bile and other body constituents, and it performs the function of the red blood cells in Western medicine. Okay, also I want to go back to the first one. The first one, the digestive bile, it regulates the digestion of foods and separation of nutrients and non-nutritive substances, and it increases the body heat, and it strengthens and sustains the other types of bile. Okay, and then the third bile is the energizing bile. It happens in the heart, and here this bile helps produce pride. So you feel your pride, sometimes too much pride, and so you gotta do some guru yoga to help to balance this pride. The speed of thought, courage. So this bile helps give you courage and the sense of dignity. It constitutes the basis of the ego, of course, and it confers the ability to concentrate the mind and energy to complete projects. So with this bile, it helps you be a good executioner and finish what you set out to do. So it's good to have this bile. The number 4 is the vision-producing bile, and it's located in your eyes. It help you see. So it helps you with your visual perception. And number 5, the 5th bile is the complexion clearing bile, and it's located in our skin. So it determines the characteristics of the color of the complexion. So now you know the 5 biles, and we already done the 5 winds. So maybe one day we'll do the 5 phlegms. Okay? So I have here, in terms of Nejang. Oh yeah, sorry. I got so much information. Maybe I'm sharing too much. Just let me know in the comments if it's too much or if it's too little, if you like it or not. Just it'll be good. So the eyes are the flower of the liver, and this is what liver, and then the hollow organ is the gallbladder, and this is what we do when we want to balance the bile. We actually helping our eyes and gallbladder and liver. So if you see, so one of the diagnostics is looking at our eyes. We can look at, you see the bottom of the eyes? Sorry, I'm just showing you my eyes. And you can look, sometimes they lift it up and just see the color of the eyelids up there, and then they see the color of the white spots, right? So I'll share with you what some things that the Tibetan doctor looks at. They look at the form, the color, the gaze. If there's someone's like just staring off into space, something wrong with their brain, right? Functions of the visual consciousness, the presence of the veins in your eyes, the eyelids, the iris, and the pupil. And so if you see the whites are like so white, like they're just unbelievably white, that indicates a phlegm problem. So I guess you want to be middle, you want to be normal, you don't want to be too foamy. And then if you look at your eyes, some people have like yellowness, so there's a bile imbalance. And if they're redness and yellow, that's a liver problem. And then if it's even red, it's like really red, then that's a sign of a blood issue or fever. So the yellow color is an indication of heat, and the bile organ and corresponds to the area of the eye. So if you have redness here, so that means there's some kidney issue, right? There's some fire in the kidneys. Or here is lungs, and then out here is stomach, and then down here is kidneys. Down here is the liver. So kidneys, lung, stomach, liver, right here, okay? Sometimes you see like yellow spots, and then that's like liver. They call those liver spots, right? No, yeah? And then so when I did this, right, you can see like that. So that's one of the parts we look at. We look at the skin, and if it's very white, that means that the sufficiency in the blood. So that means mine's okay, mine's looking normal. And then if it's very dark, then that means there's excess impure blood. So this gives you an indication. So if you have, some people are farsighted, they call like you can see long but you can't see near. That's presbyopia. I think old people get that, or when you get older. That means there's wind in the spleen. Myopia, it's like me, I'm nearsighted. That means there's wind in the liver. And what else do I want to share before we do some Nejang? If there's swelling in the eyes, that means it can affect your lungs, heart, or kidneys. And if the swelling appears in the early morning or late in the evening in the lower eyelids, so here if you get puffiness down here, early morning, some people wake up, they're all puffy this. It just means that water stagnation in the kidneys, and the kidneys not working so well. Okay, so I hope that's, now you're going to look at your friend's eyes or your your partner's eyes and go, there's something there. Okay, let's do some Nejang. So I have here just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 exercises today, and it all relates to the bile. And of course, we're starting with number 2. It's very, very nice to do the organ massage or exercises, because it really, really helps the other organs. And so this heals the eyes, it balances lacrimation, of course it balances the bile, the liver, gallbladder, and the pancreas. Okay? So we're going to do the eyes. We're going to inhale, hold our breath. We're going to go 7 times up and down, 7 times left and right, clockwise 7 times, and counterclockwise 7 times. Alright, and then breathe out through your nose 30% and back in again. Inhale. Okay, this time now we're going to add we're going to open our eyes as wide as you can for 7 counts. And then up and down 7 times, left and right 7 times, clockwise 7 times, and counterclockwise. Inhale. And again. Okay, so that's exercise number 2. Next we go to exercise number 7, because that also strengthens the eyes. So how do you do number 7? It's the one here. It's also good for headaches, but we're focused on here. And then, so we're going to rub heat and then massage the head. Okay? So let's do this 21 times in one breath. Inhale. Let's do this again. Inhale. And one more time. Oh, that feels good. Okay, so the next one is number 11. It helps heal eye problems, and it helps liver and gallbladder. So remember, along here, there's a point, you can feel that's very tender. I think it's a gallbladder meridian line or something. Even lower would be like a liver point. So along here, there's some tenderness, if you feel. Maybe you're perfect, maybe it's not tender. It's been tender for me. And then you're going to massage that, and then afterwards you got to massage the whole armpits. Because if you look, where was this picture? Yes, picture here. You see the armpits? So the lymphatic part, and then later on when we do the other exercise, it's also here, the thighs. So this is the lymphatic glands. So it's in our armpits and our grinds, and we want to really affect and massage that area, okay? So we're going to inhale. We'll do it 21 times like that, finding the sore point, and then 21 times up and down the armpit. Inhale. The other side. And then now let's do the both ways. So this is like if you don't have time or just want to get it done. So 21 times and then 21, okay? Inhale. Okay, so that's number 11. Number 12 is good for bowel problems. So remember, Dr. Anita, okay, we're going to massage the breast or chest. Yes, for men it's chest. We're going to massage your chest. And so the nipples are, Dr. Anita called them anger points. Yeah, so if you're angry or if you find someone angry, you're going to go massaging their nipples. So really, we want to get the whole breast or chest. So, and we're going to go inwards. That's 21 times, upward 21 times, up and down 21 times. Or if you want to go slow, you can go 7 slowly, and then we'll sink together. Inhale. Okay, again. And one more time. Okay, so that's number 12. It's also good for emotional issues, gynecological issues. Next, number 21. So this one, remember, so that's the one we just talked about. The thighs, so there's some lymph glands there. And so we're going to massage our thighs. And it pacifies blood problems, it's hot nature diseases, because anything hot natured is related to the bowel humor, and it balances the bowel. So I'm going to move down here just to get a more visual. Going to inhale, hold the breath, and then, oh, sorry, we can do it both sides. Okay, so we're going to give heat, we're going to rub, and then massage all around the thighs, especially, I guess, up here too. You gotta make sure you get the whole parts, especially where the lymphatic glands are, and then tap. Okay, so this is good for the blood circulation. When you get good blood circulation, it boosts your immune system. Okay, so I guess you can stay here too. Inhale. Inhale again. And one more time. Inhale. So that's Nejang exercise 21. Oh. And so we've done things to balance the bile, heal our eyes, balance lacrimation, strengthen our eyes, heal, helps our eyes, liver, bile, gallbladder, pacify blood problems. Yeah, we did all for today. We learned about the 5 biles, and so thank thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, send in comments. Tell me what you like, don't like. Give me some feedback. Okay? Thank you so much. See you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Alright, have a wonderful day.